A child custody dispute that Fox 4 has been following closely for you went to court today in Denton. CPS removed a toddler from his mother after she took the child to a hospital for a severe rash. Today, the toddler's pediatrician testified along with a hospital doctor who treated that child. Fox 4's Lori Brown was in court at today's hearing. Lori.
Steve, there's one thing the doctor from Children's Health and Josiah's pediatrician agreed on during testimony today. Josiah needed treatment for malnutrition in a hospital setting. But the question that remains is, why did CPS not allow the mother to take Josiah to a different hospital? She stopped to speak with us after court recessed for the day.
It's very difficult given that it was pushed back, and I would like my son to be returned to me as soon as possible. But like I said, I'm keeping faith in God and my team as well that justice will be served and the truth will be brought to the light.
Jocelyn Sanders told us she never imagined she could lose custody of her 2-year-old son for trying to get a second opinion about his treatment. She's now been away from her son for 69 days. The ordeal began December 20th when she took Josiah to Children's Health Dallas at the recommendation of her pediatrician. There were concerns about a rash that was causing swelling and his skin to flake. A doctor at Children's recommended her child receive an antibiotic with what is known as a black box label. That means it has not been tested extensively with the FDA. Medical records show Sanders did not want to give her child that medication, so she left the hospital against medical advice. That triggered a CPS investigation. Police in Corinth were involved, and according to a police report, Sanders was willing to take her child to a different hospital. A CPS caseworker said that was not an option and proceeded to remove Josiah, taking him back to Children's Dallas. Dr. Suzanne Daigle is a member of the Referral and Evaluation of At-Risk Children team at Children's Health, known as REACH. She testified that Josiah was malnourished, and that is what caused the rash. But he also refused to eat for their team of professionals. Dr. Daigle said the problem was oral aversion. He wouldn't put anything in his mouth. The hospital gave him a feeding tube, and he has since gained 8 pounds in 2 months. Dr. Daigle testified that she has never had contact with Sanders because the mother's information was no longer in their system after the CPS removal. Asked if Sanders had been able to take Josiah to a different hospital, would his health improvement be similar? Dr. Daigle said, of course. Sanders' attorney asked, would it surprise you that Ms. Sanders agreed to admit her child to a different hospital? Dr. Daigle said, yes, I have not been told, so it would surprise me. Dr. Randy Nadeau, Josiah's pediatrician with Shine Pediatrics, testified, this is not a family who has been neglectful. Dr. Nadeau said he believed that Josiah's condition would have improved even if CPS had not gotten involved. The attorney for the state said, you have no way to know that. Dr. Nadeau replied, and you have no way to know that either.
Sanders will remain separated from her son for at least another week. The hearing is not set to resume until next Wednesday at 9 a.m. here in Denton.